I think from a transaction banking perspective, we're seeing a lot of transactions listing in the DIFX, listing in London. There is certainly a trend for a greater partnership between places like Malaysia, Indonesia and the Middle East. And we're well positioned to try and bring the supply and demand together. So there is issuers from the Middle East who are looking to broaden their investor base, whether it be equity or debt investors. You know, we're bringing those issuers to places like London, to Europe, to Paris, to Frankfurt, to the US. And those are key strategic markets on a going forward basis for issuers of debt and for equity. In terms of partnership, you know, we work very closely with all the major stock exchanges in the region. You know, we provide asset servicing solutions, and it's very important for my business particularly to be a partner to the local market participants. So rather than compete, partner with them and help them develop the markets to the extent that hopefully one day they become, rather than emerging markets, we move them rather more quickly to be emerged markets. You know, we've brought many of the first Islamic finance products in the international sense to market. So, you know, Islamic finance from an international perspective is relatively new. Of course, in the Middle East, it's been around for a very long time. What we've done is come into the market and look to connect, really, international investors, i.e. investors in Europe, investors in the US, investors in Asia, to the opportunity that's available in the Middle East. So connecting over 1,200 investors to bring the first privatization in the Middle East to the market in terms of the DP World transaction, doing the largest Sukuks that have ever happened globally, and structuring products to meet the needs of both investors and also issuers. And it's very important from an Islamic perspective to bring products to market that can be obviously sold to Islamic investors, but also to conventional investors. You know, it's a unique product which is not just targeted to Islamic. It's quite a neat product offering when you can bring a transaction to market that's universally acceptable to both in conventional investors and Islamic investors, and it basically gives you a much broader investor base. I think it's fair to say over the last 5 or 6 years there's been a much more outward-looking trend to look at external sources of financing, to look at the international capital markets, particularly here in Europe. And it probably boils down to the last 3.5 years, where we've invested a lot of know-how, a lot of people, a lot of technology into the Middle East to be able to bring intellectual know-how to products and services, to be able to deliver very innovative, very large ticket size transactions. Initially we've had to import the knowledge, we import the technology, but Deutsche Bank has a very robust program of graduate recruitment. We're looking to hire graduates. The bank has a global program that it runs in all major centres around the world, and we're no different now in the Middle East. We're looking to hire from the local universities to train and educate the new managers of the future for Deutsche Bank in the Middle East as to the way we build products and the way we service our clients. So yes, talent is a big issue in the Middle East for sure. We've brought in the technology and the know-how, but it's now important for us as a management team to start to educate local graduates, bring them through our program, develop programs specifically for the Middle East market. The Islamic market is a huge market. It needs many players. Deutsche Bank needs competition. We need people to be pushing boundaries, and we need people to help develop new products and services. So I am hopeful that it's not a short-term play, and that these people are investing very substantial amounts of time, money, management time to building the Islamic market on a global basis. So the Islamic market is absolutely not just about the GCC. It's a global business. It's a business that's relevant in all 4 corners of the world. Global organisations like Deutsche Bank need to bring that technology and know-how to all 4 corners of the world. However, some of the newer players are also playing a very valuable role in bringing specific market expertise. So we welcome the more people that can enter the Islamic space to broaden the know-how, to broaden the investor awareness, and to help build a framework that all participants can work to, is very valuable.